Hey, Lee May Price here from the Have It All Way, and today I want to focus on something that's quite close to me is anxiety and feeling anxious. Because a lot of my life, especially the last 10 years, I've felt anxiety, and for a period of that time, I was on medication when my life fell apart to be able to deal with that. And typically, when you have anxiety, the symptoms are you can't relax, you're always on edge, you find it difficult to make decisions, you have a lack of clarity, you feel overwhelmed, you're stuck in your head, and everything is speeded up. You feel like you've got to move, and you feel hot and uncomfortable. Your breathing is very shallow. So a lot of that can be a lot of my story was from my own personal experience was that I was worried about the future, and they often say that anxiety is caring too much and being conscientious, and I was often worried about my future a lot and was unable to switch off. I was always on edge. At times I would feel panicky, as if I would ruminate over and over again about, oh God, what's going to happen, and think about the worst case scenario, and that would create a snowball effect and create more anxiety. I would often get up in the morning with a sense of panic and a sort of a heat, a sweat, where I had to move, and I was moving, I had to get to this place and get there quickly. There was always this sense of uncomfortable urgency. I found it difficult to focus, and the more I was speeding up, the less clarity I had. I often felt overwhelmed, and a lot of the time, especially when I went into doing a lot of online stuff, I found myself in front of a computer every day and sat there doing technical work, and that sort of being an extrovert didn't really suit me either. So that became very stressful and created more anxiety because I was stretching all the time to be doing all this technical work, and I didn't have that the people and the energy which I really craved. And whereas an extrovert, I get so much energy from working with people, through talking, communicating. So here's a few things to think about and a few tips that can help you with your anxiety. And the number one thing is, the first thing you generally want to do when you feel anxious and you have anxiety is you want to move away from it quickly, and the uncomfortability makes you want to resist it and fight it. So the number one thing that you can do is to don't fight it and accept it and take a different path. If you're feeling anxious, just say, oh, well, that's just anxiety. So what? And just observe it. What the Buddhists call lean into it is just observe it. Don't pull it closer to you rather than pushing it away and resisting it, because the more you resist it, the stronger that anxiety will become. So that is the first thing, and that can be a little bit difficult to do initially because your breathing is short, and that can make you panic and want to speed up. So the first thing is to get into your breath. Take 10 conscious breaths going right down into your stomach and then breathing out fully 10 times so you can stop that. If you're feeling anxious, don't just sit there and let the rumination begin, the negative pattern, the negative thoughts. When you feel anxious, use that energy as fuel. Think of anxiety as excitement. That anxiety is just that fight or flight mode. It's that adrenaline which is there to protect you. So use that as rocket fuel. Move with it. Go to the gym. Get out. Don't let the thoughts of being in your head start to drain you. Move, and as soon as you start moving, you will feel better. Often when I was stuck in my head, And, you know, let's say I was in on an evening lonely by myself, a few hours go by and literally those thoughts have become heavier and heavier, and that adrenaline is draining you out. The good news about that adrenaline is it won't last so long, so there's no harm that can be caused to you. And the main thing is, you know, what activities can get you out of your head? You know, is it sports? Is it dancing? Is it nature? What activities? I went to a trampoline park on Sunday with my children, and I was very tempted to not join in, just to watch. And I thought, oh, what the hell, let's go do it. And within 10 minutes, I was so out of my head. I was laughing, I was joking, we were having fun. I was so in the moment. And it's things like that that you want to have in your life, whether it's daily, whether it's weekly, whatever it is. Those things are going to be really, really good for you to move away and reduce that level of anxiety, so that we can move to a better place of slowing down, feeling calmer, not feeling panicked and rushed. We can feel more relaxed. We can have more clarity. We can feel less drained because we're moving out of our head and getting more into our heart, which is absolutely crucial. Which are absolutely some of the things that my program and some of the things that I had to move through on my journey, on what was part of the process which helped me create the Have It All way, which absolutely moved me from feeling anxious to feeling more relaxed, more in flow, more in control, and more at peace with myself.